The sites on this western New Mexico trip started in Reserve, New Mexico, with the El Fuego Baca Memorial depicting his dramatic stand against a mob of lawless cowboys in 1884. Soon, I was in the San Agustin Plain, where the very large array of radio telescopes searches outer space for data about the behavior of distant celestial objects. These giant dishes are spread out in a Y-shaped pattern on the open plain, and recent upgrades will help it harvest important data for years to come. The nearby town of Magdalena is finding new life as a gathering spot for devotees of the astronomical sciences, like John Briggs and his collection of historic telescopes and equipment. New Mexico's association with outer space has a lighter side, but in Socorro, the town close to the Trinity site, an artifact of that activity is displayed in the town square. Travel across the 40-mile-long Malpais lava field to see Carrizozo, and on to the fantastic rock art at Three Rivers Petroglyph site. The designs are carefully executed with great creativity and cover the rocky ridge above the desert floor. This state bird greeted my arrival in Alamogordo. Way up on a hillside is the New Mexico Museum of Space History. It offers a great view over the town and out to the White Sands National Monument in the distance. And without even going inside, there is a lot to see in the space park and learn about Alamogordo's special role in the beginnings of the United States missile program. I particularly liked the sharp, clean lines of the parachute test vehicle. There are lots of other contraptions, drones, and engines on display too. And the missile motif is a point of pride that pops up frequently around town. While photographing some old buildings, I came across the museum's support center, where forgotten relics of missile development are left in the gravel and growing weeds. The abandoned sawmill just on the other side of the tracks is itself a relic of busier times in this town stretched along the western base of the striking Sacramento Mountains. 16 miles west of Alamogordo is the White Sands National Monument. The sand is formed of white gypsum crystals that blow in from dry Lake Lucero, and when the pavement ends, you'd think you were surrounded by snow. The drive extends 8 miles into the dunes. And at the farthest point, you can hike the Alkali Flat Trail. The trail is well marked, but bring lots of water because it goes out there somewhere and then you've got to get back. Patterns in the sand show the movement of the dunes as they slowly shift around in the monument. There are other patterns too. These are left by small creatures that somehow find a way to survive in this harsh environment. And the fine white sand is strangely cool to the touch, even on this sunny July day. This is a picnic area. It looks like a barren moonscape, but the simply designed, gracefully arced corrugated steel canopies attached to each table provide shelter from the sun and westerly wind. 34 miles southwest of White Sands National Monument is the Army base for the White Sands Missile Range at the foot of the beautiful Organ Mountains. The missile park has an extensive display of missiles and rockets that were tested here and other equipment too. Inside the special museum building dedicated to the United States V-2 program is the refurbished and best example of this historic missile. The main museum building has more missiles and other range equipment and recreations of duck and cover moments and related paraphernalia. A Darth Vader helmet from Lucasfilms was a gift from Academy Award-winning soundscape artist Ben Burtt, whose recorded sounds of missile tests were used in Star Wars movies. and a sobering display case of radioactive items from the Trinity site. So, if you like tales of the Western frontier, exploring the frontiers of space, picturesque small towns, historical events from the dawn of the atomic age, interesting geologic landscapes, colorful artistic communities, prehistoric art forms, space-age art forms, unique monuments to nature, monuments to our military, and dramatic southwestern vistas, the rich variety of western New Mexico is well worth a visit.